Most people don't have a lead generation problem. They have one of three issues. They have a follow-up problem, a nurture problem, or a conversion problem. As a business owner, you're putting time, money, and energy into ads, blogs, and email campaigns. But are those great leads? More often than not, they're slipping through the cracks. And that's why in today's episode, we're breaking down how to turn conversations into conversions using smart tools like ManyChat and Meta's AI messaging without losing that all-important human touch. You'll learn small but mighty tweaks that stop you wasting leads and help you build a lead gen engine that actually works. I'm Leanne Cohens, founder of Marketing Leap, and after 12 years of helping business owners grow, scale, and show up with purpose online, one thing is clear: lead generation is only half the battle. So today I'm taking you behind the scenes of the exact tools and strategies we use in my agency for our clients to boost conversions, build trust, and stay human in a world where AI is doing more of the talking. We've all been there. You run a Facebook ad, someone downloads your freebie or fills in your contact form, and then what? And side note, if you're not running ads and have at least one lead magnet to get your ideal client to fill in a form and give you their email, we need to talk. But better yet, head back to my previous episode, Lead Generation Turning Prospects into Paying Customers, to lay the foundation and to learn more. But here's the thing, getting the click is only step one. What happens after the click is where most businesses lose momentum and leads. There's no welcome sequence, there's no follow-up message, no second touch point, no reason for that lead to keep paying attention to you. Visibility gets attention, but nurture builds trust. So if your marketing stops at the ad, you don't have a funnel, you have a leaky pipe. And it's not just startups or solopreneurs who struggle with this. I've worked with multi-seven-figure businesses who've had sleek websites, top-performing meta ads, smart lead magnets, but once a lead came in, nothing. No automation, no re-engagement, no plan, just cold leads and missed opportunity. And the truth is, people don't convert just because they saw your offer. They convert because you stayed relevant, kept showing up, and guided them through a decision-making journey. And that's where tools like ManyChat, Meta's built-in AI messaging features can be powerful, but only when they're part of a bigger strategy. Otherwise, it's just more noise. You don't need to chase more leads. You need to maximize the ones you've already got. And that starts by fixing the cracks in your follow-up and creating systems that support the entire buyer journey, not just the click. If your marketing ends at the opt-in or the click, you're not running a funnel, you're running a guessing game. A real funnel today isn't about tossing leads into a system and hoping for the best. It's a mapped, intentional journey, one that builds trust, adds value at every step, and ultimately drives conversions because you've stayed relevant throughout the whole process. Here's how we're building smart, high-converting funnels right now for our clients in the professional services industries. Think finance and ERP coding. Step 1, start with a clear, targeted entry point. The funnel begins with context, where your audience is, what pain they're feeling, and what gets their attention. For our ERP client, we start with hyper-targeted LinkedIn and Facebook ads aimed at NetSuite users in manufacturing, wholesale, and retail. The messaging speaks directly to their inventory headaches and positions our client as the local expert with native warehouse management software solutions. Try saying that 3 times. For our finance services clients, we focus on organic visibility, high-value LinkedIn posts, timely blog content tied to interest rate decisions, and educational resources around mortgage health checks and business funding. The goal is for them to become the go-to source for financial clarity in a sea of confusion. So regardless of the method, the principle is the same: relevance first. Start by meeting your audience where they are with a message that stops the scroll because it speaks to them. Step 2, you have to map the journey. Don't leave it to chance. Once you've got their attention, what happens next? This is where most funnels crumble, either from poor planning, missing steps, or lack of follow-through. Instead, we build funnels with deliberate progression. What's the first piece of value they receive? Could be a white paper, a calculator. We ask, what is the best kind of lead magnet for my client? Then we look at what emails the client gets and when. Is the call to action clear, personal, and timed at their stage of awareness? For our ERP client, that might mean a white paper download followed by a case study email, then a tailored video on warehouse automation. For our finance services clients, it could be a mid-year finance checklist followed by an invite to book a free review call, perfectly aligned with RBA announcements, or an amazing calculator allowing the client to calculate their own financial position. Each step anticipates what the client needs to hear next, so you're not just informing, you're guiding. Step 3 is showing up consistency, because that's where trust builds. Here's the truth. The funnel doesn't end when someone joins your list. And for the sake of transparency, despite everything we do at Marketing Leap, I've only just recently rebooted our regular emails again. It was a massive leaking section in our lead generation funnel, and I needed to walk my talk for my own business and not just my clients. And if you want to subscribe for some awesome marketing tips and updates, I'll pop that link below. If you ghost your leads after one email or show up only when you've got something to sell, you're losing the long game, which is why we help our clients implement systems that keep the relationship going with monthly nurture emails that deliver value, not just offers, content that educates and entertains, not just sells, retargeting ads that re-engage warm leads without being invasive, and depending on the industry, we even have a couple of cheeky, "You've checked out our website now, take this particular action." And yes, this is where automation becomes a force multiplier, but only when it's done with strategy and empathy. ManyChat, Meta's AI inbox assistant, ActiveCampaign, or MailChimp, or whatever your email system is, these tools can absolutely help scale your follow-up, but they're not the strategy. They are the support. And your funnel is only as strong as your ability to follow through. And in 2025, consistency is a competitive edge. If you're not already exploring tools like ManyChat or Meta AI's powered messaging from ads, now is the perfect time to pay attention, because conversational lead generation is no longer a nice to have. It's fast becoming a competitive advantage. We're seeing it work in real time across a range of clients, from high-ticket service providers to e-commerce style product businesses. Take VanLife DIY Fitouts, for example. Their modular van conversion kits range from a few hundred to several $1,000s. It's a high-ticket item and certainly not a typical impulse buy. And yet, with this well-structured ManyChat flow attached to Meta ads, we are consistently seeing 4 to 10 conversations started per day with potential customers. And these are hot leads, people asking about fit-out options, timelines, and pricing. They're engaging directly from the ad in Messenger. No forms, no landing page friction, just real-time interaction. And from there, we segment, qualify, and guide them towards a quote request or a sale. So why does this work? Instead of dropping cold traffic into a static web page or generic form, which is what was happening with their Google ads, we're creating a micro-conversation instantly. Faster responses mean less chance for leads to go cold. Personalized chat flows filter out tire kickers and can provide a bit of a giggle at times. And plus, even better for our client, immediate engagement helps qualify leads before a sales call is even booked. For cloud coders, we're testing messaging that pre-frames value and guides towards a discovery session. For our professional services clients, we've used smart triggers to feed into email nurture or CRM systems. But here's the thing, tools alone don't sell. Let's be clear, tech is the how, it's not the why. Adding AI messaging to your ads without understanding the customer journey, messaging flow, or trust-building process simply adds more noise. People can smell a generic automation a mile away, and that's why our approach at Marketing Leap always starts with strategy. Who are we trying to connect with? What do they need to hear before they're ready to click? How do we create a helpful, human-first experience, even when using automation? Because when done right, tools like ManyChat don't replace human connection, they accelerate it. So let's bring this back to you. If your funnel isn't converting, or worse, you're not even sure what's happening to your leads after they opt in, here's where to focus on this week. First, get clear on your entry point. What's the one action you want people to take when they first encounter your content, your ad, or your website? Is it a booking call, downloading a guide, watching a video? If it's not obvious to you, it certainly won't be obvious to them. Next, follow up fast. Whether you're using Meta AI messaging, ManyChat, or good old-fashioned email automation, speed matters. Forget the 2015 Microsoft Canada report about the attention span of goldfish. People aren't walking around with the short attention spans. What they have is a low tolerance for irrelevant content. And that's a key shift for you as a business owner that you need to understand, because we often hear that stat that goldfish have a 9-second attention span. But here's the kicker. That number's not even real. It was part of a Microsoft study that got wildly misquoted. In reality, humans are excellent at paying attention. They just don't waste time on things that don't matter. Just think of your last Netflix binge. So if your marketing isn't immediately relevant, it's gone. Swiped, skipped. That's why follow-up speed is everything. So regardless of the type of messaging and connection automation that you're using, your first response needs to be fast, personal, and strategically aligned. We're talking minutes, not days. If someone downloads your lead magnet, clicks your ad, or submits a form, you've got a short window to engage. Use that moment to welcome them, give immediate value, and guide them to the next logical step. Then, and this is where many funnels fall apart, map your nurture sequence. One email is not a funnel. A thank you page is not a follow-up strategy. You need a journey, one that educates, reassures, and gently invites your lead forward. Think of it like this. Value first, offer second. Start the relationship, build trust, and let automation support your strategy, not replace it. And finally, track and test everything. Check your open rates. Are people clicking? Are they replying? Are you seeing a drop-off after message number 1? Or are people ghosting you after booking a call? If you don't have visibility, you don't have a funnel. You've got a leaky pipe and no clue where it's dripping. And a little tough love here. Don't chase shiny new tools if your core messaging isn't landing. AI can't fix fuzzy positioning. A bot won't save a boring offer. Start with clarity and then add tech that supports it. So I hope you took some good notes there. And let's bring it all together. Most of the time, you don't need more leads. You just need better systems to nurture the leads you already have. Visibility gets attention, but nurture builds trust. And that means using automation to support your human touch points, not replace them. Following up fast with personal relevant content and making it easy for people to say yes, not just once, but again and again. And this is exactly what we build for our clients, regardless of their industry. Funnel maps tailored to your buying journey, strategic ad flows that guide and qualified leads, automated nurture sequences that educate and convert, all backed up by monthly content that aligns with real business goals, not just generating clicks. So if you're ready to build a brand that cuts through the noise and connects deeply with your audience, we can help. Head to Marketing Leap and book a strategy session. Let's humanize your marketing and grow your influence, one smart funnel at a time. In my next episode, I'll be talking about why marketing is a long game and how to stop burning time and money in one-off campaigns that never build any real momentum. Because great funnels are only part of the equation. Real momentum comes from consistency, clarity, and knowing what exactly moves the needle. If you're stuck in a cycle of one-off campaigns that never build long-term trust or authority, don't miss this one. Thanks for tuning in to the Digital Success for Business podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and follow us on YouTube for even more tips.